We are Rob and Kathy, and these are our adventures in our Avon Applause 500 camper van, Serenity. Well, good morning, viewer, and as you can see, we're back in Serenity. This morning we're heading off on our longest journey. We're going down to South Australia, and we'll be away for some 17 nights. Taking about nearly a week to get down to South Australia. We're going to Port Lincoln, where we're going to go cage diving with great white sharks, and then heading back up towards Adelaide and the Barossa Valley to catch the tour down under cycling, which we've always been interested in and have seen once before. Today's leg is to the country city of Wagga, which is going to be about 7 hours drive. So a fair bit of driving today. It'll be our longest haul, and we'll report as we go. Here we are in suburbs of Sydney. We've got to pass north to south to get onto the Hume Highway, and then we'll be heading pretty much south towards Wagga. So it's a bit of a slog even on a Sunday morning to get through Sydney. Lots of traffic lights, but making quite good progress. I've been on the road for an hour. There are quite a few toll roads which would make the trip a little bit quicker because they take the traffic lights out, but the cost becomes prohibitive. We'd be probably looking at about $30 worth of tolls just to get through Sydney, and really it's not that much of a problem to go down this way. Well, we're making quite good progress getting through Sydney. We're relying on some fairly high-tech navigation to make our way through. As you can see, it doesn't get more high-tech than that. We've been on the road for just on 2 hours now, and we have finally cleared Sydney and the traffic lights beyond number. So we're on the Hume motorway, and we should start to make some better time.
Well, we're back on the road again. We had a stop for morning tea. We've swapped drivers. Rob's driving now. Say hi, Rob.
Hi.
A bit more out on the open road, a little bit less traffic. We're coming up on Yass in a little while. We haven't been down this far south in a while, and there's a lot more evidence of wind farms than I've ever seen before. They look quite impressive on the horizon.
Well, we pulled up at a lay-by for lunch. Been on the road now for not that far off 5 hours, fairly tired, and I think it's probably about 3 more hours until we get to Wagga. So this is by far our longest day out on the road, and we're ready for a break. Well, we finished lunch, back on the road again. Kathy's back behind the wheel, and it shouldn't be too much longer until Wagga, certainly under 2 hours now. We'll be ready to stop. This is the longest we've driven Serenity, and it does take it out of you a little, a lot bigger than our car. So we'll be well and truly ready to stop for the evening in Wagga. We've parked up, and it's a really nice spot, as you can see, under the shade of some, what sort of trees are those, Cook? A gum tree. And it's a nice caravan park. There's a pool not far away. I doubt if we'll use it today, but it's a beautiful setting. and just one night here will be fine. Wagga is on the Murrumbidgee River, and here it is. Still a bit high, because just about all the rivers in inland New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia, Queensland have been flooding lately. So hopefully the floods have moved further downstream from where we want to go. It looks very peaceful, doesn't it? And as luck would have it, in Wagga, they have wine o'clock. And
Or in my
is.
case, it's beer o'clock.
Time for dinner, cook, and what are we having?
Leftovers from last night. It's Israeli couscous with vegetables.
Looks lovely. Doesn't that look nice? Thanks, cook. Well, we've just had dinner. Time for a bit of a sum up of the day. Not a great day for seeing things. We travelled for 7 hours, 500 kilometres and $100 worth of diesel. Yeah, we're in Wagga, so we're going to turn in pretty early tonight. I hope we sleep okay. It's quite warm, but we've got the back of the van open, the fan's on, and should be okay. So we'll see you tomorrow. So how was your night in Wagga?
It was good. It was hot last evening, but we left all the doors open and slept really well.
Good. And where are we off to today?
We're going to Balranald today. It's only about 4 hours drive.
That's not too bad. Better than the nearly 8 yesterday.
Yes, yes.
Good.
Yes, we'll just take it easy, and we've got an extra night up our sleeves getting across. So we'll just take our time.
Good.
Yeah. Well, here we are. We're on the Sturt Highway, heading for Hay for a lunch stop. This is our view. It's basically going to be like this the whole way to Hay. It's just farmland. This looks like it's already been harvested. It's just stalks sticking up, and it just goes on and on and on.
Coming into Hay now, we've dropped down to 60 kilometres an hour, and Hay is where we're going to have our lunch. So Cook has found a nice little park that we're going to pull up at and have our lunch. And then it's not too far to, where are we going?
Balranald.
Balranald. I cannot remember that name.
Okay, so we're having a bit of a running repair here. This sliding fly screen door can be a little bit tricky. If you don't push it open in exactly the right spot, it just comes out of the little groove it's supposed to be in. But,
Good as a book. Hay is a town in the Western Riverina region of New South Wales and is situated on the banks of the Murrumbidgee River. The township of Hay was established in 1859. It was originally settled as a ferry crossing for the transport of cattle. It is the gateway to the Hay Plains. Well, this is the Hay Plain. It's one of the flattest spots in New South Wales. Stinking hot, lots of flies, but here we are. In a big road train. This is the Murrumbidgee River again, and you can see it's still quite in flood. Not as much as it has been in New South Wales. That's all moving down further now into South Australia. And indeed, we've just been checking roads to see that we can get through, which is all right. But a lot of the caravan parks you're planning on using have been closed for the season due to the flooding. Time to finish off the day. Really, the main problem has been the appalling nature of the roads, potholes and depressions where trucks more than likely have weakened the road and the tars just dip down. It makes for very hard driving. But that aside, we've done what we wanted to today. It's been hot, but we've got everywhere we wanted, and now we're having a nice quiet evening at Balranald. We'll have dinner, watch something, and then probably an early night because we'd like to get started early tomorrow morning before the heat builds up. See you then. On the road now from Balranald to Mildura, which ends up running parallel to the Murray River, and I can happily report that the road is much better, so it's making for some actually pleasant driving, and we're making really good time. We're entering the Sunraysia district now, and it's one of the principal wine growing, well not wine growing, sorry, grape growing areas in the country. An awful lot of grapes grown here and shipped off to various wineries in New South Wales, South Australia and other places. Well, we're deep in the Sunraysia now, and we're in the little town of Golgol, and this is our first glimpse of the rather flooded Murray River. It's a bit of a trip down memory lane for Kathy and I, because in another existence we spent 3.5 years working down in this area. Coming up on the right, we've got Baronga Primary School, where Kathy used to work. Continuing our trip down memory lane, here is Kumiala High School, which for 3.5 years I was the principal of. And I believe it looks much the same, except they've got a new sign. Below is the Murray River in full flood. The white posts you can see are Lock 10. The lock system helps to regulate the level of the Murray River to allow for travel of boats throughout its length. The river's been flooded since before Christmas. Here we are crossing the Murray River. New South Wales is responsible for the administration of the river, so you're not actually in Victoria until you reach the other side. We lived here for 3.5 years and have never seen flooding of this nature. Well, we parked and we're in Mildura now, heading off to morning tea. This is the pedestrian mall. Morning tea. And good news from the tourist information, all the roads we wanted are open. There was a caravan park just out of Renmark, which is on our way to our next destination, and we're booked in for the night there. So it's all going well. Here we are arriving at Berri Caravan Park in South Australia. Berri wasn't originally on our plans, but because of flooding along the Murray, quite a few of the caravan parks we'd intended to stay at have been closed. So it's been a trip of many changing plans. Just a quick sit rep. We're here in Berri at a very nice caravan park, quite full, and again it's hot. 35 degrees, so it's going to be another hot one tonight. We'll report back later. There may be some pool involved. So Cook, what is for dinner tonight?
Tonight we've got some vegetarian sausage rolls we picked up at Banjo's Bakery in Mildura.
Ooh, warming up in the Ridge Monkey. That's
the one. And then we've got some nice healthy veg.
Oh wow, that's going to be lovely.
Boiling away. And then we've got some mango and banana for dessert.
And here is the finished product. Looking forward to it. Cool. It's time to finish off today. A good day. It turned out to be a bigger day driving than we thought. Enjoyed going around some of our old haunts. And now our plans keep evolving and changing, and we're in Berri, which wasn't part of our original destination, but here we are. Tomorrow we're hoping to head out to Whyalla, which will be another big day of driving, but after that it should be a lot easier. Berri Caravan Park is lovely. It's just 35 degrees and quite hot with it. So we'll see you tomorrow.